Content warning before the video begins. Mature and heavy topics are going to be discussed in today's video. If you are not old enough or mature enough to talk about these kind of things, then this video is not meant for you. This is the Minitoon response document. I have been kinda reading up on things. I say kinda, I have. There was a document that was released a couple of weeks ago by a burner account, go figure, and inside of this document there were a handful of claims, some that were relitigated from like a already publicly retracted document from Parlo, and then there was like more stuff that involved a former thumbnail, I believe, artist of Minitoon and Minitoon's girlfriend. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but this document apparently, I guess, either debunks them or talks about them. I'm not too sure. And I'm going to get into it today. I have not seen much about this document online. I saw Minitoon had posted it. I bookmarked it, and I was like, I'll read this tomorrow. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into today's document reading. It starts off with the following. Exposure of defamatory falsehoods, formal declaration and statements of facts for public release and official record. And it says verification of authenticity. The original of this, the original of this 67-page statement of facts was duly signed and executed before a notary public on redacted information. This document is a true and accurate copy of the original notarized statement. Subject only to authorized redactions or confidential or identifying information. And here's the notary seal. Okay, this is official. Cool. Section 1, intro. I want to preface this document by saying that I apologize that it has taken this long to make a response. I have been using this time to gather as much information on the situation as possible in order to clear things up to the best of my ability, because you guys deserve not just to hear sides of a story, but the truth. It was important to me that very few people were aware we were working on a response for a few reasons. Firstly, because the longer things took, the more we discovered in our research. Secondly, the less people believed we were going to make a response, the more the people involved in creating the defamatory documents became comfortable with sharing false claims, whether they were made public or in private channels. 4 months, my friends, my coworkers, my girlfriend, and I have been viciously targeted, attacked, and harassed by a group of people who have made a coordinated effort not only to damage our reputation, but destroy our friendships, our trust, our mental health, and our lives. This group of people have meticulously drafted and edited expose documents, in quotation marks, full of lies, slander, defamatory statements that bear serious legal consequences, and attempted to spread a narrative that is entirely false. They have used falsified or edited evidence, taken conversations entirely out of context, and held back on telling the truth. In addition to all this, they have protected the identity of an actual predator and misrepresented a real victim's story, with her own testimony below. Thanks to the help of many true friends, I am now able to share the truth, not only about their fake claims, but about this group as well, and their goals have had no good intentions behind them. I will also warn you that this document contains sensitive topics and graphic content. If this type of content disturbs you or makes you feel uncomfortable, I would cease reading any further. Oh, my water bottle almost tumbled down. Oh, wow. All right. Section 2, error. Okay. In the original document, this group of people falsely stated, in the screenshot below, that I have dated a 12 to 13-year-old who goes by the username Error at the age of 17, which is purely fictitious and will be confirmed later in this section by none other than Error herself. Okay. And then the excerpt, something like that, from the burner document says, secondly, this is allegedly not the first time that Minitoon has dated someone far younger than him. In 2019, Minitoon dated another 12 to 13 years old at the age of 17. Although Minitoon says he believed the person to be 15, the screenshots revealed that he was aware of the minor's actual age. The only difference from the current situation is that there were no known romantic conversations shown. Unfortunately, not many details were revealed regarding this situation. The interview made in 2022 regarding this matter can be found here. Okay. There will be mentions of Captain Jet 2C. I'm just going to call him Captain in the next parts of this document. For those who are unaware, Captain is an actual dangerous predator who has sexually abused and groomed many minors, including Error. He is an important part of this section and of Error's story, so I will need to provide context. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, grooming, in quotation marks, is defined as to build a trusting relationship, parentheses, a minor, in order to exploit them, especially for non-consensual sexual activity. Yeah, that is the dictionary term of grooming. However, you can groom people non-sexually. So just, you're much older than this person. If they were 12 or 13, you're 17. That's a 5-year age gap. That you could okay. It is important to define this term as it has been thrown around carelessly and freely by many of the authors of the defamatory document. Error's name will be censored out Error's name will be censored out in all screenshots in this document in order to protect her privacy. Also, some screenshots were taken before and others after Captain had deleted his Discord account. Captain sexually exploited, groomed, and took advantage of Error. Being fully aware of her age, while an adult, he would send many explicit messages and requests to Error against her consent. A month after meeting her, he started to ask uncomfortable sexual questions. Okay, real quick, pause, timeout. Why are we, instead of going immediately into your own accusations, we are throwing the accusations out of somebody else? I'm not saying, now, you're saying that this person, they're being defended and that they are, like, hold on, what was it? It was just said. It was like, the Captain is an actual dangerous predator who has sexually abused and groomed many minors, including Error. What the fuck does this have to do? Like, so they, for those who, okay. So is he being protected? Hold on. Hold on. Give me like two, I'm gonna pause the recording. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta reread this shit. Okay, so I was like, okay, where the hell did it mention that they were protecting the identity of an actual predator? I hope there's proof to this. Cause that's a bold claim. I don't like that we're already immediately jumping into the offense here when you should be kind of putting up a bit of a defense. Cause most people are gonna read this like off rip and be like, okay, why the hell are you talking this? I hope this is relevant. Sorry, this just looks like one massive deflection at the start. Especially this fucking, the Merriam-Webster, like, dictionary here. I mean, I get it. You're trying to define, like, the term that is grooming, but why, like, why are we bringing this up? I'm going to continue. Sorry. I'm like, this doesn't, anyway. Error says, that face. Got any more questions? Yeah, actually. Have you ever been wet? Says deleted user. Yeah, lol. Deleted user says, what's your fetish? This is, I guess, Captain. Error says, I actually don't even know. What about you? Honestly, I don't know, but I'm into getting dominated, says Captain. Do we know how old Captain is? I didn't see an age explicitly stated. I hope there's an age stated. I know I'm already asking questions, and I hope they will be answered. Below is a collection of Captain sending disgustingly sexually charged messages and advances to Error. She shows great discomfort in response. Captain, of course, love. Why else do I commit my time for you? Error says, I thought you were just saying that and not meaning it. Captain says, well, one thing you should know. I mean what I say, and I'm confident about it. Yes, ma'am. You know, if I could have sex with you right now, would you do it? I don't know, says Error. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I am going to destroy your blank and make sure it stays inside of me. Error says no. Captain says yes. Error says I don't want to. No. Captain says you will want... Captain says you will want my nectar. Error says no. Dude. Dude. Okay. Okay. Captain says yes. Or are you going to eat it? They would sometimes join webcam calls where Captain would demand things of Error. Captain says, back, your legs, put it closer to your panties. Error says, re. Captain says, what? Is it too much if I say to press your legs together a bit? Captain, can you please webcam? Please. No. Please, no. Why not? I don't want to, babe. Are you uncomfortable? Okay. Below, Captain makes a vile remark about how he showed Error things that no child should be exposed to. Okay. Captain says, be like, yeah, I shown a 13-year-old my that, and she wanted it. LMAO, says Error. LMAO, says Captain, that's weird, but for brag-wise, I can about your age. I can lie about your age. Yep, okay. Okay, all right. Cool. Anyway, moving on. I want to make it clear that this document is not about Captain. However, well, you just mentioned him, so it now is about him. However, this background is necessary to help understand the severity of the defamatory documents, false claims, and their complete failure to properly represent Error in her situation. The authors of it have strangely censored Captain's name out a lot of the screenshots. They ultimately erased him from the document altogether, while keeping the story they fabricated without Error's consent in. Okay. The original version of the defamatory document falsely claimed that these DMs shown here were between me and Captain Jet 2C. Okay. Firstly, these messages below are not between him and I, if it wasn't already clear by the fact that my name was brought up in third person. Okay. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm confused cuz I do not ever remember this name being brought up. Let me hold on. Hold on. I need to like cite like the previous document real fast. Okay, I know this is different. It seems as though the document has changed. I did not know that they went ahead and just like revised like the first part of this, but the version I remember reading, I don't ever remember this name being brought up. So if I sound confused, that is why. Sorry, I'm not the most in depth with the Minitoon lore or the Captain Jet lore. Okay, so it said, firstly, these messages below are not between him and I. If it wasn't already clear, if it wasn't already clear by the fact that my name was brought up in third person. Okay. It says underneath, and like I told Minnie, the second thing, like when I said to him, when I told Minnie the 12th thing, like when I said that to him, when he said that's why we broke up, it was a joke. We never officially broke up because it was right after Captain messaged him and stuff. So y'all stayed together? Afterwards, yes, because I told him the actual age and we discussed the laws and stuff, found it wasn't illegal, and yeah, the reason he broke up with me is because he told me he was aromantic. Okay. As shown here. Oh, okay. Yeah, wait. As shown here, they were between Mr. Darkdoom and Error. Okay. Was it? Hold on. Was it? Okay, because the document was changed, I gotta go and now like find out if this was true or not, or if this was used, or if like it was claimed that. Hold on. Between me and Captain. Hold on. Give me a second. Ah, okay. I see what they're talking about now. Sorry, I had to like go back and like actually cite this shit because they changed it. It's not present in this document. Sorry. I know this document reading is a little different. We're doing some like cross comparison here, but like okay, yeah, I can see the mess up here because it says right here in the original document that I read, DMs from Minitoon to Captain Jet, a groomer who was exposed in 2021 with a former friend of Minitoon. I don't want to be like, okay, they're like, now right here they are publicly calling Captain a groomer. So what do you mean in the statement that you just said that they were defending? Was it defending or were they downplaying? What was it? They had protected the identity of an actual predator. I don't know if they're exactly being protective of the identity when they call out his fucking name right here and then say a groomer who was exposed in 2021. Okay. Would like more proof on that, but still, I think the misinterpretation here is they definitely probably should have put underneath, like I don't know. Yeah, I guess Minitoon's right. Why did they censor this? Okay. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, we can see it is not Minitoon and what's it called? Captain. Below, they deliberately hid Captain's username. The original screenshot was never censored where it was posted. Yeah. Okay. And right here it says, I already know Minitoon. She's 12. There's a reason why I tried to pull her away from you by flirting with her. She admitted it to me. She first said she was 14, then kept asking, what if I were to tell you that I was 12 or 11? 5 fucking times. And then she finally admitted it. If I never mentioned you to her, she wouldn't have came to you. I dated her a year ago and wasn't aware until 7 months later. I was 17 at the time when I dated her, so I felt it was fine. But fucking 12, dude, she cheated on me 2 to 3 times now and lied about how a lot of things. So a month ago, I left her and now here she is with you because I told her the story. The creators of the defamatory document make a claim that Captain was a friend of mine, which is entirely false, and Era confirms this later in her section herself. This group of people make another innocent claim that Captain was exposed in 2018, which is false. They said 2020, said 2021, they didn't say 2016. Which is false. Wait, did they say that? Oh, I have to go back and fucking fact check that. I don't know. It says right here, it says 2021. Hopefully, you don't show fucking proof. God, bro. Okay. Anyway, which is false. He was not exposed until 2021. What is this? Do they not fucking say that? Like, oh my god. Okay, sure, bro. Sure. Like, what? Am I reading the wrong document? It says 2021. And then you're like, he wasn't exposed until 2021. They said 2021. All right. Anyway, moving on. This conversation below was taken completely out of context in order to back up their previous false statement that I was unaware she was 12 when I hadn't even known her when she was that age to begin. That age to begin. Okay. The true context of this conversation is that he reached out lying about her age, and of course, I would believe error over Captain. So here is me humoring him to see where he was going with his words. DMs from Minitoon to Captain, a groomer who was exposed in 2018, and a former friend. Okay, do say 2018. Is this mentioned later in the document? It's like, I guess right around here. No. Where was this mentioned? Or was this taken out before I had a chance to really look at it? Representing many. Okay. Anyway, my next question is how you say you were flirting with her to pull her away from me. I'm aware that Error has probably told you that I dirty talked her or something recently. If what you said is true and she really is 12, wouldn't flirting with her make you look bad? I don't recall. I'll have to ask her sometime. Editors of the document have made an active effort to hide the actual groomer, Captain Jet, from the document by censoring his username, then later editing him out, protecting him, and misrepresenting Error's situation entirely. Below is the burner document admitting that the screenshots taken from Mr. Dark Doom's video in regards to exposing Captain, Error's groomer, were misrepresented, which even in their own correlation is false, as the DMs were not between me and Captain. Oh, Jesus Christ, the grammar, bro. Between me and Captain. And saying that they'll need to continue their own digging, yet made no effort to actually reach out to Mr. Dark Doom and fact check. Himpleton, another YouTuber, messaged the burner account to get some clarification, and they claim it is the writer's fault for the errors, and they don't know much about the error story. Interesting. What does it say? It says, responses you made, you'll see he never actually stated anything like these are fake. Yeah, I know he never called it fake. Well, if I have any questions as I'm going, I'll let you know. Gonna read through all of it soon on my own. All right, feel free to ask if you have any more questions. Hey, on page 10, you say there are DMs of from Minitoon to a groomer. Why would Minitoon refer to himself in third person? Why would you censor the username if it was from Minitoon? That's the writer's fault. What it should have said is that Captain DM'd this to Minitoon rather than the other way around. Okay. Outside of Era's testimony, is there an actual evidence that Minitoon continued dating them after finding out her age? As of right now, not too sure, as many things regarding this specific part of the situation aren't the most well documented. We do believe there are additional testimonies, but we will have to do some digging. We'll update you if we find any. My response after seeing these messages. Funny enough, they never messaged me. I don't really want to be involved, but if I have to, I will by call or DMs. I just don't understand why they would include that situation and then claim they don't have much info when they can legit message me. Well, it wasn't until Mr. Darkdoom wrote that he wasn't contacted by anyone involved in the doc's creation, and 6 days later they attempted to reach out to him. Mr. Darkdoom, we'd like to ask you a couple questions regarding the error situation in DMs, if that's all right with you. We'll send you a private message ourselves. Like you said, we were free to, although your DMs seem to be off. The group of people's careless attitude towards getting accurate information and intentionally twisting misinformation, only bothering to correct it once called out for it, not only shows their reckless behavior, but also shows their negligence in regards to the information itself. All of this group, oh my God, all of this group of people's efforts to intentionally betray me as a groomer whilst hiding and removing Captain from the document shows a gross misleading portrayal of me, is defamation of implication, and misrepresents what really happened to Error, a victim of online sexual abuse. This section of the document is a disgusting mishandling of Error's story and incredibly disrespectful to her. It fails to accurately tell the truth. It is also noteworthy that they have made no known attempts to contact her in the creation of this document and have only used her in order to weaponize her against me. Unlike those involved in the creation of the slanderous document, we contacted Error and asked her for her own thoughts on the situation. We believe that she should be able to speak for herself rather than I or anyone else speak for her. Below is a statement from Error sent to Mr. Darkdoom in their DMs. She has allowed this to be shared in this document. Here's a statement. Hello, this is Error, and I'm finally speaking out because I feel that my story has been heavily distorted and taken out of context. I want the opportunity to share my perspective clearly, explain what actually happened, and have my own voice heard. This situation originally began when someone named Captain Jet 2C, who genuinely groomed me and brainwashed me. During that period of my life, I also became friends with Minitoon. I originally became friends with Minnie in 2018. And our relationship did not become romantic until 2019. Okay. We were both minors at the time. Okay. We were both minors at the time. There was no sexual photos or sexual conversations between us. Our interactions were limited to romantic conversations and messages. Okay. Okay. So, hold on. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going. I'm like, okay, so, okay, okay. I want to be clear about my own experience with Minitoon. He never forced me into anything, pressured me into anything, or made me feel uncomfortable. He did not do anything to harm me, and I do not view him as a bad person. I still consider Minitoon a friend to this day, and that is something I want to make clear because I feel my own relationship and experience with him have been misrepresented. What is especially upsetting to me is how much Captain Jet 2C has been removed from this conversation. Captain was an adult while I was a minor, and I was involved with him for nearly 3 years. Whether I tried to end that relationship, he would threaten self-harm. He also had people contact me and call me things such as a slut and a gold digger simply because I was friends with Minitoon, whom Captain disliked. That experience had a lasting impact on me. After what happened with Captain, I struggled with anxiety, paranoia, and trust issues. I feel that my childhood was deeply affected by that situation, and it is incredibly painful to see the person who actually harmed me and others become a secondary part of the story while someone I personally do not believe harmed me is being attacked. I am not asking anyone to blindly take my word for anything. I'm asking people to consider the full context and most importantly to allow me to speak about my own experiences. These are things that happened to me and I believe I have the right to explain them in my own words. I also want to clarify I was not 12 when the events being discussed occurred. Some of the screenshots being circulated do not have full context. I'm speaking now because I am tired of seeing my experiences reduced to the version of the story that I do not recognize. I want the truth of what I experienced to be heard, including the parts that were uncomfortable, complicated, or inconvenient to the narrative that has already been created. Thank you for taking the time to read this and hear me out. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I had doubts. I had my doubts, but I go into this and I question things. I'm a skeptic, guys. I question things. So I will, okay. So you weren't 12, then how old were you? I feel like that would be important to kind of clear up. So you were 13? Were you 14? Okay. I don't know. Something feels off. Something feels off. Why do I have this feeling in the back of my head? Something feels off. And I can't put my finger on it right now. I think everybody in a certain extent here, like the burner account should have been definitely a lot more attentive to this and should have actually reached out and got in contact with some of these people and not misrepresented some people in the document, like Mr. Dark Doom. And also, I say misrepresent. You weren't misrepresenting fucking Captain Jet 2C. Should have elaborated more on Captain Jet 2C. But I feel like the excuse they're going to pull with the Captain Jet shit is they're going to pull the, well, we did mention that, what's it called? Captain Jet 2C was a groomer. So you can't say that we didn't. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? Dude, what is this AI slop on my fucking seed? What is this shit? What is this video on my feed, bro? Okay, sorry, I just noticed that. I was like, what is this shit? Okay, anyway. What the fuck is this? It's like another, oh my god. Alright, anyway. Moving on. Anyway, moving on. I was like, what is this AI slop, bro? Anyway, moving on. It didn't look like AI. To that content creator, thumbnail was just AI, but anyway, moving on. Section 3, Asti. Asti is a user who began to spread lies about us online, going to such lengths as referring to me as a groomer who would also call Moonfall, that's who it was, Moonfall a manipulator and deliberate attempts to destroy our characters. Okay, this is the section that I really want to, like, this is the section I think I'm most, like, not saying that the section above wasn't any worse or, like, what I wasn't worried about, but a lot of the claims from the section above came from like a relitigated document from an already publicly retracted one. So like a lot of the claims were like publicly retracted. So anyway, moving on. Asti is an artist we use to commission work on thumbnails and art for our YouTube channel. Over time, she developed an unhealthy attachment to Moon. Okay. Exhibiting parasocial behavior in many cases. Attempting to manipulate her. Because of this, we kicked Asti from our server a few months ago. As a result, we had made a document showing that those lies were falsehoods. We received horribly offensive messages from people as a result, after which she attacked us for exposing her mental health and made exaggerated and false claims that the situation solely affected her. So we reached out to her and spoke privately, and with the help of her own friends and a whole day of informing her that the best outcome for both sides was to cooperate, we resolved things privately and deleted our public messages. Oh, okay. Below is a screenshot from that group chat near the end, confirming that we had both agreed to do this. Okay, Austin says, this is how it felt all the time arguing with you. I'm glad we all at least, or wait, I'm glad at least we have come to a resolution rather than letting this whole thing eat away at us. Okay. What are we going to do now? It's not changing the fact that I'm under attack by your big fans. I think the next big steps are to delete any of our posts in relation to this. And then we should put out some sort of joint statement saying that we have privately resolved our issues and that we apologize for making any of this public, just so people know it's over with. Don't pull a Guamgo now and show parts of this conversation. This is fine. The end of this is fine. Saying you talked, sure, you both are agreeing to put this down. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. In the midst of these conversations taking place, a user made a correct assumption about how we deleted our post in order to resolve things privately, but Osti made a rather uncooperative remark. Oh, okay. Wait, I feel like they deleted it so that they can discuss the entire situation privately and come to an appropriate conclusion. We are trying to finally, but still going to explain myself. Just not with DMs or leaking other person's mental health. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I thought it would be important to start by bringing up the fact that Moon and I are under the impression that things were resolved. A few months later, Osti comes back and contributes to another document spreading even worse defamatory remarks, which we will most certainly disprove with evidence. Oh, this was before. I thought this was now. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Anyway. Below is a collection of the biggest lies from her document and screenshots to prove that they were false. Osti begins her statement of the document by saying, nothing is intended as slander, but this will be disproven. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Osti. I've come back after 4 months to address the elephant in the room. Although I'll explain the reason below, it took me a few months to mostly recover from the situation I was in and to fully grasp the harm that was done to me. Now, I'm here to tell you my side of the story that you never got to hear. Nothing I write here is intended as slander. It is simply an outpouring of what I experienced and felt over the course of 2 years. Osti makes a blatant lie. Below, as there has never been any coercion, I always fuck up that word, I'm sorry guys, to get her to do things. She also says wouldn't even accept payment for drawings. What she fails to mention is while she was offered work for free, it was denied by Moon. Okay. And the highlighted text from the testimony is, I was so afraid of losing her and many that I would do whatever they asked without question. Sometimes sometimes I wouldn't even accept payment for the drawings I made. Below are screenshots of Osti offering to work for free, but Moon declining and even offering advice. Moon says, I couldn't let you do thumbnails for free, girl. That's a lot of work. And time, I wouldn't be able to feel at peace with that. Nah, girl, I'm friends. That's okay. I love doing those. Girl, that would stress me out having you work for free. I just can't. Girl, it's okay. I'm telling you. I'm improving myself after all. You don't need improving. You're already good at what you do. No, I'm trying to improve myself on C4D. I don't know what that means. 2. Like I said, I loved working on thumbnails. You guys are too stressed too. I love working and helping stuff. Okay. I would enjoy working too. The only main thing stressing me out is that my blood disorder is back and it sucks. You should open your commissions and get some work. Is that the same day? It is. It's a little later in the conversation though. And get some work there. You can even do UGC commissions since you're good at making them. Yeah, I sometimes think about it. But getting commissions in Turkey is hard since everything is just banned. But girl, let me do the job. Lamal, we fighting. Twitter is the best way, and then you can ask for Robux instead of money too. You can make a tweet on prices and give discounts if people order in bulk. Maybe Twitter people only want to see piggy stuff, so smiley or frowny face. You should go for it and see that would only boost your tweets too, since more people will see it. Okay, you should go for it and see that would only boost you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like I said, I will think about it. Okay. I will think about it. Hold on. I'll think about it, but I don't change the topic. I would love to work for free too, since I always do on my portfolio. I have 5 days off, so I always have free time to go with. Don't ever feel bad for asking for any kind of help, since I'm a friend and I'm willing to do it. Moon says, me and Minnie would both feel really bad if you're working for free, girl. I let it be known when life has settled and we have stable income. I would feel better than so you're not doing work. Yeah, you're not doing work for. Wait, oh my God, I just lost where I was at in the sentence. That you're not doing free work, but that's why I'm saying you should do commissions again. Gee, dude, I hate reading these DMs. You should go for niche like Twitch emojis. A lot of people look for those. Yeah, I know, but it's not really free since I'm trying to get things for my portfolio, and working for the people I love is making me feel way better. I told many before too, I love helping you both since you both really work hard. I'll see confirming payment of thumbnails. I'll see. Oh, I don't know what this was supposed to mean. Moon, I'm so sorry. I forgot to make the moon skin thumbnail. Well, I don't know how I forgot. By the way, I got the money. Yay, me rich now. Yeah, you understand. I got all my new stuff myself, mostly with the money I got from thumbnails, lol. Yeah, I got it. Maybe I can do more for free too, since I don't have much time. Okay. As a matter of fact, here are some receipts of the payments sent to her for her work. Receipts of her payment. Okay. $100, $100. Is that like per thumbnail? Damn. Okay. Um, Expensive. Hold on. I was so afraid of losing her and Minnie that I would do whatever they asked me with questions. Sometimes I wouldn't even accept payment for the drawings I made. It didn't say specifically that I wouldn't. Well, hold on. I wouldn't even accept. Hold on. Hold on. You, dude, you were leaving out the sometimes from this. That changes this entire situation. I don't think it was the argument of that they or she wouldn't take money. I think it was sometimes she wouldn't take money. I think the sometimes here is important. Saying this right here, that is not. What do you mean? You're forgetting sometimes I wouldn't even accept payment for drawings. Sometimes I wouldn't accept payment for drawings. That's not read the fucking sentence that you just highlighted. What are you talking about? Okay, you're proving that you pay her. Cool. In addition, on occasion, Osti herself voluntarily went out of her way to try and contribute to other piggy projects. Okay, cool. Team I2R is looking for a concept artist. If you're interested, reply below with examples of your art. My art is welcome, but I'd especially like to see hashtag Roblox Piggy fan art. And it's this, okay. A friend very close to Moon passing on, which will provide context for the upcoming photos. Okay, I'm sorry yesterday was really horrible for me, and I'm still broken over everything. So sorry for your loss. Okay. Asti sending a message. Asti sending this message a day later. The image was a bit insensitive, but this was just additional context. Sent this. Okay, I'm still grieving the loss of my friend, but trying to get through it. Oh. What? What are you talking about? Sent the I mean, I think you could send a lot worse. I mean, an entire day later, and you send like the emoji, maybe trying to get like a laugh. It's like a goofy looking emoji. I don't. What was a bit insensitive. Okay. Hold on. Let's. What? What was the point of this? Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Sends an emoji. Oh, that's kind of insensitive. How do you fucking start a conversation like that? So, how you doing? Oh, that's a bit insensitive. The emoji is a bit insensitive. Really? I mean, I think you could have sent like a lot worse. Personally, um, I don't know that the the okay. What's rubbing me the wrong way is like there was never like okay. Come on, guys. I know I keep going back to it, but like, what do you what are we talking about? This is so bad faith. How are you not going to how are you not going to like keep the entire sentence in here? You're not you're taking the butt end of the sentence that does make them look bad. That wasn't the point. Sometimes I don't. Okay, and then you show that sometimes they got paid for things. Can you show any times that would maybe make them potentially say this? Okay. As a matter of fact, yeah, they're not arguing that they don't get paid. Jesus fucking Christ. And then this shit right here. This is like, why are we? Okay, moving on. Below is Asti exhibiting signs of an uncomfortable attachment to Moon. Moon requested space from Asti. However, Asti, what are you talking about? Wait, yeah, I'm sorry. Yesterday was still horrible for me, and I'm still broken over everything. So sorry for your loss. I'm still grieving for the loss of my friend. I'm trying to get through it. Okay. Well, hold on. Well, hold on. Below is Asti exhibiting signs of an uncomfortable attachment to Moon. Moon requested space from Asti. However, Asti refused to give it, saying, I would die without you, which is, I would die without you, which is a severe form of psychological manipulation and emotional blackmail. Asti said this while also fully aware of what was happening to Moon's friend a month prior. Okay. Also, note the gaps in between Moon's messages at the start. Asti started to delete messages. Okay. Yeah, there are some gaps. All right, I'll read what Moon put. Right now, I want to keep my friendships and work separate. Me and my boyfriend already talked about it, and he explained that friendships don't work in that environment, and we already saw from the past that he wasn't wrong. I rather you be my friend than work for me. I want to keep the peace in our friendship and not involve work for now. I don't want to really speak on things yet because I already have a conversation about that with many working with friends. Are you only friends with me for that reason? That's really what you think? You're making me uncomfortable. Okay. This again, but I explained and you ignored it. Okay. Moon, no, please. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose you. Okay. You're making me and many uncomfortable. What can I do to fix it, please? I tried to help you all the time. What did I do wrong to make you both feel uncomfortable? We need space. How many feel uncomfortable? I thought he loved my works. I thought you did too. I wanted to show my love all the time, and we were taking normal yesterday. Wait, we were talking normally yesterday. And what changed in a couple hours? Many. I would die without you both. Please don't leave me like the. Yeah. Please don't do this. I will try everything for you both. Okay. Wait, was the message deleted? Wait, Moon, I would die. Okay, I would die without you both. Please don't leave me like this. I try everything for you both. Was I too much? I'm sorry if I was. I just wanted to be loved by you and maybe screwed up, but I'm doing my best. I swear, at least talk to me why you both feel like that instead of just leaving me behind. Okay. Yes, I will give you this. That is manipulative. Asti, this kind of thinking isn't healthy for either of us. It says that. I know, but I'm healing and I just want you to be around like always. Okay. It says, you forgot I'm just a teenager sometimes. I'm growing up. I'm trying my best to fix myself, and you can't just leave me after being there for every important event in my life. That is manipulative as shit. Please do not disappear and talk to me for once you don't love me anymore. You don't want to stay friends. I can't think straight. I feel like I'm losing myself, I guess. All because I wanted to work on Minitoon. Okay. Or Minimoon? Question mark. I know I'm too much, but I wanted to be loved. Please never meant to. I hate, dude, this grammar is actually so shit. Please never meant to hurt or make you uncomfortable. I was there for you for years. Why now? Why are you not talking to me? Am I that bad? I'm still the same girl who you started working with. You just saw my mental health and decided to throw me away like we never met before.
It goes on. Hold on. Let's see. I'm still just never met before. Had to go run to my mailbox. Sorry for the weird cut. Let's see. Leave after being there for every important event in my life. Still be friends, please. I can't even think straight. Wait, why now? Wait, what? Hold on. Why now? Why are you not talking to me? Am I that bad? I'm still the same girl you started working with. You just saw my mental health and decided to throw me away like we never met before. But excuse me, but I sacrificed so much for you, and I'm not even complaining. I'm not even complaining what I do the same again. I was happy when you were happy. I didn't want to leave the channel because I love when people draw us together. I love how people knew I started working for Minnie after Big supporting him for years. It was so nice to see everyone around me knew me as the Minitoon artist and knew I was doing something with love and passion. I started loving drawing with you both again. I just didn't want to lose my reason to draw. Again, I never wanted to become your friend because of hold on. I never wanted to become your friend because of channel or whatever. I loved everything I did, but I never realized how some of my anxiety hurt you too. But you never tried to talk to me about it, and you were blaming me for feeling that way, and it was making me feel bad. So I got worse. But now after our talk yesterday, everything felt great again. But now you're telling me to go away. I'm pretty sure in this, like, there was a tweet. It was a tweet. I just got done reading it. Not just with DMs or leaking another person's mental health. Is this not leaking like a mental, like, yes, okay, is this mentally manipulative? Like, I'm giving, like, seeing both sides of the spectrum here. Does this look mentally manipulative? Yeah, this is going way too fucking far. But I think it's also important to know that Asti considers Moon a friend. And I don't know, man. This relationship does not seem like, it doesn't seem healthy. Like, toxic as hell. You got to separate work and shit from being friends, because friendship will get in the way of that. Anyway, below Asti implies that we are the fault and for holy shit. We are the fault of her health and academic performance suffering. However, if this is true, this was purely voluntary, as we never asked her to do any of these things. I agree here. The middle of the night for me, I would stay up all night whenever they wanted to hang out, to the point where my health and academic performance began to suffer because I was going to school without any sleep. As a matter of fact, her lack of sleep was done willingly by her. While Moon recommends Asti to get better sleep, below, Asti even mentions here that she misses it. Okay, Asti says, I can't at work, but I can eat at school, so I'll be okay, I guess. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna sleep more from now on. Yep, I miss staying up all night and falling asleep at 6 a.m., then waking up at 4 p.m. Well, I'm so bad at sleeping. Asti claims that she would spend her night time with us, yet I, Minnie, rarely would ever participate in game nights with Moon and Asti. Even then, game nights were often in Mini Moon server, in the Mini Moon server, hosted as community events. By 2025, things started getting complicated. I was no longer just a channel artist or a mod. Moon also asked if I could draw the thumbnails. I quickly learned how to do that, as well as began handling those too. I would take my iPad to school and draw them during lessons, finish the work by evening, and then spend my night time with them. Below is another instance of Asti confirming that payment did actually occur. That wasn't the point! That wasn't the point! There wasn't a point to say that Asti wasn't getting paid. Sometimes I refused payment, not I never got any payment. Why are we making, what is this fucking narrative? I was never even paying for my own school expenses with money earned from her channel. Or I was even paying for my own school expenses with money earned from her channel. In fact, Moon would sometimes go out of her way to give Asti work in order to help her out. Asti confirms that Moon offered to help her out with things such as buying a new phone by commissioning her. Dude, this is a straw man. This isn't the point. That wasn't the point. Why are we bringing this up? This is the second time we brought up money. Sometimes I offered not to do payments. Okay. Yeah. What are we talking about? This is just completely, this is, God. Okay. Asti in the messages below says that by 2026, she no longer felt convinced that Moon cared for her, despite the gestures of kindness from Moon. In fact, in 2026, Moon offered her an even split of the revenue from a makeshift plush campaign for the Moopy character and Piggy for minor art revisions to the 2D concept. Being given a large percentage for a small contribution is not, by any means, standard in business or commission. Moon genuinely wanted to help Asti out. By 2026, I was already at college at 17. I was living alone for the first time, away from my family, in a city that felt completely different and foreign to me, and during that time, Moon was my only friend. After a while, I realized our friendship was not what it used to be. That much was clear. I no longer felt convinced that Moon cared for me. I began to feel even worse, especially, we'll cut it off there. Below is Moon giving advice on not making reckless spending decisions after earning the $6,000 CAD from the makeshift design. Okay, don't buy a PC worth $5K. No, I will get new desk and stuff too. Changing the room. I personally wouldn't spend all that money at once. When I was younger, probably if I had it, but I'm just telling you it's better to save it up. Taking the sis advice then, but my fam wouldn't help me, so I'll get the things I need ASAP. My family never helped me out growing up too, so I see where you're coming from. You need stuff. Yeah, you understand. I got all my new stuff myself, mostly with the money I got from thumbnails, lol. Okay, that's confirming that she got money from thumbnails. I wish I could give you more, I could do more thumbnails again. It became out of our budget since, what does it say? Intercity cost a lot. Okay, so, hold on. Wait, hold on. What? Okay, so this was a month later, and these texts were supposedly a month later after, what was it? After this? So I want to know the time frame of these messages, because these messages were sent a month later. I'm assuming it was before the big blow up or whatever. God damn, that's a lot of money. Amount you send 6,000. Oh, it's 6,000 Canadian. Okay. I think that says Canadian dollar. I'm pretty sure. Which is like 4,000 US. That's still a lot of fucking money. Don't get me wrong. Anyone who knows me well knows that I am notorious for failing to respond to DMs in a timely manner. So ghosting messages, as Asti claims I did below, was never done intentionally. Many who, until a week ago, used to thank me for helping delete comments during streams, was a bit mean this time. After questioning me out of nowhere, he also started ghosting my messages. Moon attempted to get distance from Asti, and Asti was not leaving her alone, as shown in the screenshots from earlier. Moon gave Asti an explanation, yet Asti was being relentless. Moon ghosted her, too, and was kicked off of the server. Shortly after, Moon posted an announcement on the server claiming I was making her uncomfortable. That was the real issue. Instead of explaining things to me like a decent human being, she acted on an impulse left me hanging without an explanation. Well, to give Asti a bit of the reason I'm being so lenient more towards Asti's shit is, for one, Moon, you were like a full-grown woman and Asti was a minor at the time of all this shit happening. I'm pretty sure they're still a minor. I might be wrong, but either way, what explanation did you give? We need space. Asti, this kind of thinking isn't healthy for either of us. You're making me and Minnie uncomfortable. We need space. I didn't get an explanation. I think, well, yeah, I mean, did you get an explanation? Hey, we need space. Okay, why? Doesn't elaborate. You're making me uncomfortable. Why? Doesn't elaborate. Come on, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. And same with the whole fucking. It was never. I never got paid for the commissions. It was sometimes I offered not to take money for the commissions. And oh my god. Moving on. I'm moving on. I'm going over myself. Below is an example. Wait, hold on. We commissioned. Wait. Kiss. Okay, we did that. We have commissioned other artists in the past, to which some Asti has actually been rude to or felt jealous towards. These screenshots below also show Moon expressing stress and anxiety over Asti overstepping. Moon makes it clear that she needs Asti to be okay with decisions that Moon and I make for the channel. In the highlighted text says they never actually brought anyone else onto the channel and were a channel that worked closely with the community. Essentially, I had been treated like a basement-dwelling laborer. Below is an example of Asti showing signs of jealousy towards other thumbnail artists. We could not rely on her to complete all of our thumbnails in a timely manner. As such, we sought help from other artists in order to speed the process up of releasing videos. Also, is this other person who draws the thumbnails is the main artist for the channel like me too? Are you asking because you're scared I'll stop giving you thumbnail to do for us, or are you just curious? No, I just felt weird. I probably need sleep. Why feel weird? It's okay if you don't want to talk about it, but also makes me confused. It's the same conversation all over again. This face, the tongue out face. Sorry, I probably act weird right now. We can talk about it another time. Yeah, probably. Even though I said everything I need to say before. Okay. I'll be honest here and hope you understand, but I need you to be okay with decisions that me and Minnie make for the channel. Okay, that me and Minnie make for the channel because it's giving me a ton of stress and anxiety. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. You know how much I have actually been stressed lately and how much my life has been changing since last month. So it also affects how I act when I say, plus causing me keep having anxiety attacks since you're the person who witnessed all those with me. I may act weird or cold to you, and I'm probably seem like the annoying friend who's breaking the rule. Holy shit, who's breaking the game rules lately. But I need you to know that I love you so much, and you're my family at this point. And I don't want to make you sad or stressful, but I'm also trying my best and sometimes giving up stuff just to support you in the channel. So it sometimes makes me sad seeing other people starting doing more job than me, and I'm sure you'll understand me one day too. But like said, oh my god, the grammar. Like said, it's your channel and I don't have another choice in doing what I told, so I'll shut up about the thumbnail from now on. Also, I need support and understanding from you and many too, especially in these days. Okay. And this one, Moon, this is like almost a year. Holy shit, this is like almost a year prior. 12/13/2024. Okay. Moon, who made the thumbnail of the latest video? Oh yeah, it looks sick, but I felt betrayed. Just saying. That can very easily be taken out of context. Was this okay. Below is an excerpt from Moon's DMs asking for advice from a friend in regards to the issues above. Asti does okay, and this is like before then, okay. Asti does her thumbnails, but Minnie wants me to hire more thumbnail artists because we can't always rely on one person. I told her kinda that I'm gonna be looking for more artists, and she's not wanting me to. I mean, I guess I kind of understand that, especially if you guys are paying her. Okay, yeah, she would be doing the same amount of work. I would just be getting more help. Why did you tell her that? Why did you tell her that? Yes, I said I don't want to overwork her, and she's also going to school in October, so I need to find more artists because she'll be busy, but she said it would be fine. It's kind of awkward because I think she gets jealous if I have different artists. I think she gets jealous. Well, I guess it might be fine depending if she's going to like college, because if she can draw at home. Okay. Below is another instance of Asti showing signs of jealousy whenever we sought help from other thumbnail artists. Also note her making a rude comment against the other artist. Oh, I see. I don't know why, but I feel so bad when other people do thumbnails, lol, probably because of something I experienced in the past. I will, just looking for something. Also, yay, I hired another thumbnail artist. Oh, I felt bad for a second because I thought I was doing bad. That's why you hired him, lol. Actually, his art style looking good, but yeah, I wish he worked more on that even though he worked long. Okay, I don't really. Is that rude? It, am I, guys? Am I delusional? Am I delusional here? Because I'm reading this and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, back up, back up, back up. The, are these in private DMs? Are these in a public Discord server? I feel like that'd be important context to include. Because if these are private DMs with, say, Moon, I feel like this is completely reasonable to be worried. If I'm an artist, right? If I get paid to paint if I get paid to paint brick tile and you guys hire another person to paint the brick tile, I feel like if I'm being paid per thumbnail, that I am going to potentially see like, as an artist, you get paid per commission. And so when another artist gets hired, they are also being paid per commission. You want to know who's not getting paid per commission? With like who's getting less commissions because now there's two options to choose from? The other artist. That is a completely valid thing to be upset about. Like, I get it, yeah, like, if they, and this is why there should have been a very clear separation between you guys being friends and you guys being coworkers, because right now you guys are both. So whenever stuff like this happens, it seems offensive, and you can take it the wrong way. What do you mean you're hiring another thumbnail artist? Oh, well, we need to because we need to lay on, like, we need more things done, and we know you can't get things done in a timely manner. Okay, but like, I get the frustration that can come with this. And this isn't rude. Actually, his art style looking good, but yeah, I wished he worked more on that even though he worked long. That's just criticism. But that's rude criticism? That's not being mean. It's a compliment and then saying, I wish you worked longer on it. This entire oh my god, I feel fucking crazy. I don't know, guys. Something doesn't seem right. This entire Austie section, like, has just been one big misvilification and misrepresentation. Something doesn't feel right. I agree with some things, like, yes, was the relationship unprofessional? Yes. Did, oh my god. What do you mean? You kind of just proved that Moon posted that Austie was making her uncomfortable and didn't give her an explanation. You just prove her testimony by showing these messages up here. This isn't an explanation. We need space. This isn't healthy for either of us. You're making me uncomfortable. Give an explanation. You're a grown fucking woman. Yes, this person has an attachment to you, but if you guys have been building this friendship up for months, like, I would be concerned too if this was my friend. I'm sorry. I don't fuck with this section in the document. The first part, okay, yes, totally on the document writers for not reaching out and getting error side of the story, or not reaching out the Dark Doom, or misrepresenting Minitoon and the stuff. Yes, absolutely, that was 100% defamation, because most of those claims come from a document that was already publicly retracted. This right here, this looks all in bad faith. A lot of these look cherry-picked. Not given context, are these made publicly or were these made in private DMs? Because that changes a lot. And then you completely misrepresent what Austie said. It was never, I never got paid. It was, sometimes I didn't want to get paid. Holy fuck. Sorry, this is just bad faith. A lot of this is bad faith. Moving on. So far, what I've read is bad faith. Asti constantly put the blame on us for her issues, yet you can see below she admits fault over arguing over thumbnails. Okay. Um, that's me now, but I'm never mad at others. You're different in my eye for a reason. I never want to hurt anyone. Okay, so I'm assuming these are all coming from private DMs. Hurt anyone. My thing is, like, I want to be seen. Okay, well, that just makes it even fucking worse. You're consulting in somebody privately. Hey, I'm, like, upset that you hired another thumbnail artist. Because you guys are friends. At that point, don't become friends with your employees if, like, especially artists, like, if you're afraid of that, like, this is because you guys have become friends. Is that a problem? No, but, like, you gotta. Oh man, oh my god, oh, this makes me so angry. I don't. Okay. I never want to hurt anyone, but my thing is, like, I want to be seen. I want to be seen. I want to prove myself, and I want to be good at everything, and get disappointed / mad when people don't see it. It's like, it's not like I want to have control, but more like I want someone to actually see how hard working I am. Okay. I noticed that of myself very long ago when we kind of argued over thumbnails, and I'm doing better now, but I'm still progressing. Yeah, you understand. So yeah, I still need a progress on that. I'm trying my best. When you said I'm making things big deal in my head, you were right. I do, but it's mostly because I care about what people say or think. So when it comes to bigger and bigger in head, uh, and I end up thinking you started hating me or something. Asti says, since you actually understand, that's why I always acted like that. I probably couldn't explain myself in a good way, but I got upset during the thumbnail situation because my workaholic part and felt like I got replaced, so my brain started thinking, you are not you are not enough. I got upset when my permissions got taken away because my brain thought you working so hard for them, but they don't see it. And about the sticker situation, I got upset because brain thought the same thing. You work hard, then took your permissions, and they ignore. Now it's a cycle. Aussie has made informational comments targeted towards us, misrepresenting the situation in private chats once she was kicked from our server. The highlighted text reads, she even began reposting on Twitter, specifically targeting me. Naturally, the slanderous things she wrote about me circulated on Twitter, and this is, I'm guessing, Moon? Yeah. The slanderous things she wrote about me circulated on Twitter, and people started demanding explanations from me. I was forced to defend myself, dragged into a situation I never wanted to be in. When people started canceling their channel memberships, it infuriated them. They made a thread claiming I had manipulated them by sharing literal screenshots of me talking about my family or mental health, things I had only confined in them. Below, Asti blackmails both Moon. Below, Asti blackmails both Moon and I, making the following remark in one of her friends' group chats. At the same time as this message was sent on the group chat, she was 18 and deliberately removed her age from her Twitter / X bio, showing ill intentions and attempting to blackmail us to prevent us from speaking out against her. I remember her specifically mentioning this. Hold on, let me find this. Like, it's still intentionally cut off. I had to scroll down in the document to page 63. But the full context to this, that they're still trying to use. Oh my god, dude, we don't learn. I'll play the minor card if she tries to lie about me. Like, you shouldn't be that close with someone that younger if you don't know how to deal. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's. Okay, you still say it in below. Hold on. I was just like, if you're not gonna mention the full context of it, I would really like to, because I'm pretty sure Asti was a minor when a lot of this shit happened. Okay. It's worth noting that even in her own justification, seen in red text below, she doesn't even ever actually make any proper connection or justification the reason for typing her message. Like most of her statements, they are pure conjecture. This, on the other hand, is blackmail. Blackmail. Hold on. Blackmails both and I, making the following remark in one of her friends' group chats. So, blackmails? Where is the blackmail? Is she threatening anything? I'll play the minor card if she tries to lie about me. I mean, I guess you could take it as blackmail. Depends on how you look at it, but still, that's not like going. I was in a. Okay, all right. That wasn't even in a conversation that involved you, and it looks deliberately taken out of context. Okay. Anyway, it's not like, if anything, it's just like, it's not blackmail. It sounds more like a defense. Like I'm trying to play, like, oh, if they do this, like if they lie about me, I'll do this. That's not blackmail. That's just a defense tactic, bro. I play the minor card. I mean, saying it like that makes it sound a little bit more malicious, but I mean, it's true. Asti was a minor during most of these interactions. And you're a grown ass fucking woman. Like, what? Okay. Okay. Moving on. Yeah. All right. Statement released defamatory. I'll read this again. Moon says, in the midst of all this, she has stated she already plans to play the minor card in an attempt to avoid accountability for her actions. There are many other things I would like to add, so I may update this thread over time with additional information. I've told her many times I do not like drama. I do not want to be involved in drama. She gets the, I'm assuming it's supposed to be, I hope she sincerely gets the help she needs, but I will not stand for these lies being spread against me. This screenshot was given to them by someone who doesn't really know me well. It's also cropped. Even though I explained it further in the message, my point was simply that if you aren't prepared to take on the responsibility involved, you shouldn't be friends with someone younger than you. It seems I was misunderstood due to the stress of the moment. It's also funny that they say, I don't like drama, they know that, yet they get angry at the very drama they started themselves. They probably labeled this as drama too, but I can't stay silent anymore. They hurt me so much. There needs to be some justice for everything they've done. Okay. We never saw the full context. We never saw the full context of her statement until the release of the defamatory document against us. However, even with the added context, that does not detract from the fact that it is still a threat to us and an attempt. What are you talking about? That is not an attempt to silence you. What the fuck are you talking? Huh? That is what? What the fuck are you talking? That is not a silencing tactic. That is a. Oh my god, dude. What? Yeah. They're trying to silence me by playing the minor card. Like, no, it is to say, hey, you aren't gonna sit here and play the. You aren't going to sit here and be like, oh, well, actually, they were manipulating me, and I couldn't handle the stress of someone being younger than me, or having problems, or potentially confiding in me because I'm a older figure that they look up to and might refer to as family, as we've seen in the previous screenshots. No, it's an attempt to silence. It's an attempt to silence us. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Are we so fucking dead ass? An attempt to silence us. Many. You lost me, bro. You've lost me at this point in the document. Below is Moon confronting Asti about subtweets, passive-aggressive responses, and negative messages in other servers. Whenever they got into an argument. Moon, you were not mad. Wait. Why is this so, like, cropped? Okay. Moon says, you are, you not a mad person, but you made tweets about me and say you're not mad, but your tone and actions aren't adding up to what you say. What tweets are you talking about? My tone might sound rude if it's that the case. I'm deeply sorry, but I don't mean anything bad behind it. It's just how I talk in English. The tweets about me. There's no tweets about you. What do you mean? I repost so many things on my alt, but I don't think I ever made specifically one for you. Be honest. I need to go back and see because I don't really remember. Are you talking about the texting first tweet? This is under. Wait. Okay. Wait. What is the fucking? What is? Wait. Confronting Asti about subtweets. Do you provide evidence for these tweets? I feel like evidence would be important to provide. Hey, I saw you make a tweet about me. What tweet doesn't show? Oh my god. Okay. Moon, I don't want you to feel the way with your friends, though it's not healthy and it just pushes people away. I mean, I'm not like that in IRL, most likely quiet. You are the only one who actually mentioned it too. You said your high school friends don't talk to you anymore and you don't know why. Oh no, that's not the reason. Nobody in class don't talk to each other probably. Everyone is busy with their own thing. I don't even know. I'm not like really close with people, so I don't think they even see me mad before. I feel like I've seen you mad so many times. Come on, only one time. I don't think I was mad during the thumbnail situation. Uh, you got mad at me for a thumbnail because you misunderstood and commented on Minnie's tweet saying the thumbnail was bad. That was the first time and it hurt him. I was joking. Wait, I didn't know that. I would apologize, but I always tweet random mean things under his post. Lol. I wasn't mad. I was sad during that time. That's not how I saw it. Okay. It's been a long time since that happened, and we weren't that close, so I might misunderstood, but I don't think I meant anything bad towards Minnie because I respect his work. But sorry, again, even though it's been almost a year. Gulp. Um, Moon. Oh my god, that screenshot is so small. Reposting a passive aggressive way. Hold on, I gotta zoom in here. Responding in a passive aggressive way about things, taking what I say in the worst way possible, like twisting words, and then you get defensive. And instead of normal combo, it turns into an argument and makes something as simple as adding stickers into a dramatic thing. I'm aware of that, and I'm trying to fix that about myself. It's more because of the family I grew up in. Okay. Okay. Yeah, being passive aggressive is a problem, and if they're being passive aggressive in comments, that is kind of I'm not gonna say kind of. I'll even say it. It is just a problem. Um, Respectfully, I don't like people who are really passive aggressive because it's like they're trying to be mean, but they're punching you with a pillow. Like, just dude, just deck me. Like the fuck. Below is Austin showing passive aggressive behavior whenever Minnie wouldn't respond fast enough, a sign of emotional manipulation on Austin's part. Okay. Hi, I'm still working. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, like I said, just been busy this week. You're too busy, girl. I haven't seen you like this before. Girl, I'm 25. I gotta work. You're 20 fucking five. You're 25. Okay. Yeah, I'm 18. I need to work too. Hi, I'm still working. Yeah, I noticed. Okay, wait. Wait, below is Moon confronting Asti about not feeling comfortable enough to respond. Moon states here that the message Asti was sending her felt like a personal attack, but Asti taking the quietness as an attack. Is that the same day? It's not even in the same month. It's like 2 months later. What is this supposed to prove? Below is Asti showing passive aggressive behavior. Yeah, I noticed. Maybe I have a hard time picking up on tone on text. Hi, I'm still working. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, like I said, I'd be busy this week. You're too busy, girl. I haven't seen you like this before. Girl, I'm 25. I gotta work. Yeah, I'm 18. I need to work too. Uh, what? Am I feel like I'm going insane! Okay. Um, Asti, I wasn't good that time. I was so sad and hurt because you didn't ask me how I was or if I was doing good because I've done so much for you, and wait, and I still would. And now seeing you calling everything a drama, and you basically don't want it. I'm not a difficult person. You could just talk to me and we could fix the misunderstanding. I wasn't ready to talk because I would have been talking out of sadness because the messages you were sending felt like a personal attack. So your quietness felt like an attack. Seeing you having fun in your server while I'm waiting a message asking if everything is okay because you are the only person I trust and feel close with. That's manipulation. Um, I didn't quit. I had so much going on in real life. I'm not even living in my own house at the moment. It's stressful. I can't believe you think so less of me. It hurts. Below is an example of hypocritical nature, where she claims that the situation a few months ago doesn't affect both sides. Asti also brings attention to the fact that we have more followers, an ironic and additional hypothetical statement, given that she herself has used her platform to attack individuals with less of a following. Okay. This is the gotcha thing. What is this? Hold on. She claims a few months ago doesn't affect. Wait, that she claims the situation doesn't affect both sides. She says, you don't get anything and it stresses me out. No, it doesn't affect both sides. It's affecting me, and you guys have thousands of followers. Many reposted the post with his 800K followers account. You threatened me in front of the. You threw me in front of the train. Reread this message. How it wrong it was. You both are the only people defending that thread. I will defend myself. Are you defending yourself leaking a teenager's mental health, saying she is mentally ill? Learn how to apologize and take responsibility. That's why people are crazy right now. You both don't know how to handle things. You only want to understand what you want to understand. I'm only thinking about myself. I will if the other people don't know how to take responsibility and put the blame on others. What you take me into this group chat so you both can come at me. You guys are talking different in DMs, different in Twitter. I don't understand. Learn how to listen, please. You both made you both made mentally ill. You guys are the only reason I'm so tired of keep explaining myself to people who don't even see their big wrong. You guys don't know what I'm dealing with. You can't know. You called me a manipulator, lied about me, and leaked my personal DMs that I trusted you with, and called that defending yourself. Girl, go girl, give us nothing. Okay, below is an example of hypocrisy on Nasti's part, going after users with smaller followings who come to their own conclusions with evidence. Okay. Not posting this from my main because the mob mentality has been insane. I've followed Moon for a while now, and I think people should look at everyone's motives instead of instantly picking sides. These screenshots were posted and deleted a few months ago. Sharing for context. Okay. This looks like she is threatening to blackmail Minitoon, and then when Moon wants some space, Asti refused. These receipts are telling of a very different story. Thanks for pointing this out. It's sad to see someone get ashamed online when all the facts are present. And then Asti says, y'all need to stop writing stories in your heads. So, okay. Max Shakir. Now, I am probably going to assume that. Hold on. Okay. Like, you use this example. She's using her platform to attack other creators, right? This is the original tweet. Underneath, right? 7 likes. Okay. All right. This person responds 2 likes. Got 480 views. Got a couple replies. None of these are really attacking. The response under it only has 4 likes. Yeah, dude. 4 people really ganging up on dude right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude, 2,000 followers. 2,000. Oh, but no, they're using their platform to take it out on other people. Oh, the hypocrisy. Are you actually out of your mind? You have 400 times the following of this person. Is it 400? It may be less. Might be 40 times. I can't do math. Hold on. Let's whip out a fucking calculator for a second. Let's see. Let's take a look-see. Okay, 800,000 divided by 2,000. 2,000. Oh my god, no way! Dude, why are you... This is a terrible example! Please tell me you provide more. Hold on. The end... the end of the segment! Alright! Oh my god, man! Below is a bit of hypocrisy on Asti's part, going after users with smaller followings who come to their own conclusions with evidence. Oh yeah, they're going out. What is the hypocrisy? Doesn't affect also. What is the additional hypocritical statement given that she herself has used her platform to attack individuals with less of a following? Oh my god, dude, this is so, this is the Which, dude. Okay, all right, moving on. The end of this segment, though this won't be the last time we'll bring her up, here are some blatant lies by propagated Ollie showing pure malice. The following is a lie in a public chat about. Okay. The following is a lie in a public chat about claiming to be paid off by me, even though I have never once spoken about the drama with her. There is also no records of any payments being made to her whenever the fake accusations first started to appear. Okay. I also shut my mouth during the grooming allegations because I was paid by Minitoon. Guess what happened in the end. Okay. I can give you that one. Okay. What's it called? Below is Aussie making yet another completely false claim, without knowing the truth, disproven by none other than Error herself, the subject of the conversation below in the section above. And when Minitoon learned she was 12, he broke up. He knew she was 12 from the very start. Okay. False claim without knowing the truth. So that's not slander. That's not misinformation. Like that. She just didn't know. Afterwards, Asti stated there was a power imbalance, age in play, advantage, boundaries, and manipulation. She also lies about not setting up a clear boundary when Moon has, evident by screenshots above. Finally, Asti claims that it was a term of grooming, which is pure defamation to our reputation. The only set boundaries, I think we should. Grown ass people can't communicate. That would confuse the shit out of me. Imagine I'm friends with you for years and then you just hit me with the shit and you say I don't respect boundaries because you don't give me an explanation. But we've been talking like friends for the past 1-ish years. I would be confused. Not setting. So also, okay, moving on. Our conversations were the thing, but the age is also in the play too. Taking advantage of someone and manipulate them. Not put a clear boundary knowing they were looking up to you and getting attached to you. They knew every single of it, yet kept going. It was a term of grooming as well. There are different types of grooming. It's not inherently all sexual. Below is another example of Aussie saying that her situation with Moon and I was grooming in this live chat of Embleton's first live stream about the situation. Frozen, the whole relationship was grooming. Okay. I'm friends with Austin and they told me that the only place Minnie has heard their name was on their bank account, I think. I'm the one went through. Okay. All right. Following this is Austin making another false claim yet again that she was groomed by me. Why is he ignoring my shit too? Maybe not sexually, but I was also groomed by that motherfucker, brother. What do you mean? Mention to him that victim himself also gave more information for the doc afterwards. Not really a recycle. You were groomed, and then it says right here, but also not, maybe not sexually, but I was groomed. I feel like there's a better term for that. I wish, maybe I'm not thinking of one. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but moving on. Below is Asti questioning why Beastlick, a reputable composer in the roblox space, is making statements on our behalf. Yet, hypocritically, Asti herself was involved in the creation of the document that makes false lies on Eric's behalf. Hold on, let's see. Why are you making statements on their behalf? You didn't witness our friendship and weren't there. You even admitted to being prejudiced against me since you are their friend. I repeatedly asked you not to talk about a situation you know nothing about, simply but saying, but they, and then it cuts off. And then Beastlick was saying, I haven't said anything in regards to the M/M situation or the M and O situation. If you know, you know. Not providing names. Do not attack anybody in the situation. If you choose to go after people, you are scum. Leave people alone. Okay. Maybe I'm dumb, but what exactly is it that you're wanting from the situation? You keep saying that they mistreated you, but you're not giving a solution. They're not a therapist, so it's not like they can magically get rid of any problems you have. So what's your solution? Actually, publicly apologize maybe, and I don't understand what problems you're talking about. In the creation of the document that makes false claims on Eric's behalf. Yeah, I mean, you can give Asti, I think, fair criticism to that, to participating in a document who did not properly represent Error's story. That's perfectly fine. You can do that. I will 100% stand by that. Honestly, should have not even partook in that document without doing the proper research. Like, if you're gonna stand, okay, if you're going to stand and make those claims while there are other claims that you have not 100% fact checked, I don't know, because that's risky, because you can, like, that will harm your credibility. I think people will try to, like, discredit you for that. I do think that that segment is still very valid. Is that wrong? Am I in the wrong for thinking that? I don't know, man. Like, a lot of the jeez, dude. Says, interestingly, Asti accidentally calls herself out for spreading lies and takes advantage of the fact that people aren't fully aware of the truth. Asti says, I am tired and feel strange because of what we've been through over the past 3 days. People are making up stories just to defend a specific person and acting as if those stories are true. This community has serious issues, and it saddens me to see this. Please read and actually understand what you are reading. Do not spread lies or share information about someone unless you are certain of the facts. Do not hurt others just to defend people you don't know, whose true nature behind it, the screen, is a mystery to you. Okay. I mean, like, I'm gonna say this again. I think it's perfectly criticizable that her involvement in that document is wrong. Like, I think she had a story to tell, but she told it, like, a document that already had so much. You just want to, like, I feel like including this segment in that document was important, or else people would not believe you. Albeit, like I said, you do have to fact check yourself on this shit. So, anyway, moving on. Um, the whole situation has blown completely out of proportion, and Asti stayed true to her word on keeping things truly resolved. And had Asti stayed true to her word on keeping things truly resolved, would never have been a problem in the first place. Instead, she went behind our backs and spread the most unfounded and baseless claims. Okay. Only this time, we will not retract her statements like we did the last time. She must be held accountable for her actions because of the countless people she was manipulated and blatantly lied to into believing her false narrative about what really happened. I think. What? What did you prove? Your evidence was shit. Your examples were shit. Like, actual poo-poo butt. I don't think I've seen a worse response to someone being evil, like a worse attempt at vilification than this. Like, you can criticize her over some things. There is not an entire I'm sorry in this section. In fact, you doubled down on your statements. I will not retract our statements like we did the last time for her. There is not an apology in this fucking section saying, I'm sorry if you felt a certain way. Y'all are old. You are 25 years old, right? And you guys are talking to you guys are the adults in this situation, but yet you are acting like children. Where is the accountability here? There's none taken. It's just a deflection. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, the first part of this document, right? Was it a deflection at first? Yes, but it actually tied into shit, and it was like, okay, that makes sense, right? I can agree with you. This first but this right here is just horrible. I'm sorry. Like, I do not like this response at all towards the Asti shit. The evidence is you're taking things. You're purposefully misrepresenting what Asti is saying. She did not lie. She did not claim she wasn't making any money. She said sometimes I denied, I didn't want to take money. And you purposefully cut that out. And you are trying to paint this narrative like she was saying that she wasn't getting paid. That is not what Asti said. I mean, It wasn't about sexual grooming. There were other forms of grooming. You want to use Merriam-Webster, okay? Use like anybody with a brain knows. Okay, if it's not grooming, use a different term. Cool, right? Oh, but that's slanderous and defamation because she's using that. Like, dude, fucking God, dude. No accountability, no apology taken whatsoever. This is actually so butt. Section 4, parasocial. I have already addressed the situation in the past, and this will be the last time I address it. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, this guy's got to come up. This whole situation was originally started through a slanderous document circulated by Parlo, a controversial character in the Roblox community a few months ago, in which false claims were made. He has since apologized for the slanderous document. According to his new fraudulent document, Parasocial gives a testimony claiming that she was groomed by me. I'm going to delete my comments with you because, but please do not discount victims of the alleged perpetrator unless there is an investigation done or something is actually confirmed. I was groomed by Minitoon when I was 13. He knew my age. He was 16/17. The definition of once again, the definition of grooming. The definition of grooming is to build a trusting relationship with a minor in order to exploit them, especially for non-consensual sexual activity. Never once in my life have I ever groomed, coerced, exploited anyone, or demanded anything from anybody in a relationship of mine, especially not sexually. At no point have sexual conversations through text or call, nor sexually explicit images or videos have ever been sent between myself and this individual. These claims are entirely slanderous, and to attach such criminal words to me is beyond offensive. It is disgusting that individuals from this group are attempting to create this narrative that I am the reprehensible false terms they call me by. In my life, I have always tried to make others feel as safe and as comfortable as they possibly could. Again, I will repeat myself in saying that anyone who puts any minors in any kind of danger for their own personal benefit should most certainly be held accountable. The problem is that the individuals behind this document are avoiding the discussion of an actual predator and would prefer to make up all kinds of lies and fake stories about me for the sole purpose of defaming me. I cannot understand why this group of people behind these false allegations would do this. With that being said, new information has been found on the parasocial user acting hostile towards other users and making jokes about the situation, showing that they themselves do not take the situation at hand seriously. Here is parasocial directly calling B-Slick, a loving father of four, caring friend, and music composer who is well regarded in the Roblox space, a nasty and disgusting person for the way he treats children. You need help. You're a grown-ass man arguing with children on the internet to try and save ass. I have some respect for you because I thought maybe you were under an NDA and therefore couldn't speak on stuff, but you are truly a nasty and disgusting person seeing the way you treat children. Parasocial retweets an offensive comment below towards Schlepp, who is a known online safety advocate and pedophile hunter, for defending me. Okay. Replying to real Ruben Schlepp, the mini cock must have been delightful for you to die for him. Jesus Christ. Parasocial claiming she had no knowledge of the documents originally, though she was present in a server involving in its creation, shown in the recording below. Okay. Present in the server, in the server involved in its creation. Honestly, I never even originally knew that document was going to come out, and Parlo leaked everything, and I felt like I had to go into the public eye to give context and stuff, and I just did it because I don't want more people to have stuff like this happen. I didn't even know there was a document originally through both times. Do you believe that this Minitoon situation was a bit overblown? Because it seems like you don't think it was that bad, unless I'm missing something. I don't want to sound rude, but I personally don't feel comfortable answering stuff like this because the last time I asked a bunch of questions about this, it was by Guamgo, and who used me for content. You'll always be there every time I see your fucking name. Parasocial and Asti having a tendency to act serious about the situation publicly, but in private chats, recordings of such are linked later for anyone to view themselves. Parasocial can clearly be seen making uncomfortable and gross jokes about it in the Killing Nighty private Discord server. What a fucking screenshot. Minitoon defenders win. Minitoon take notes. Just because you dated Minitoon's girlfriend doesn't make you special. At Minitoon, pay us. You can draw Minitoon French kissing in front. Can you draw Minitoon French kissing in front of a family? Okay. Give me that 1 second here. Let me just doop 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 doop. Comment down below. I like pretzels. If you are still watching the video, I like pretzels. I'm actually craving them right now. Okay. It is clear that the people behind this document have zero good intentions behind their actions, as shown through their erratic behavior. More of this is shown in the next section, which covers this group of people behind the document. Group 5, or Section 5 group. Moon, my friends, and I have been the target of harassment from many people, especially from those involved in the creation of this document. Some of them have made the most toxic and reprehensible remarks against us. They have all been in a few Discord servers, one labeled Killing 90 and another titled Downfall. We have screen recordings of the servers linked here. Okay. Many of the members of the group have engaged in making horrible remarks against me in one server, such as Killing 90, including a poll in regards to an actual execution. 90 execution. What? Fuck Minitoon. Who wants to see old Minitoon's art? And Minitoon is in all of them. 90 execution. Fuck yes. Kill him. Minitoon. Who the fuck is 90? What? Some of the members of the Killing 90 server don't even take their own accusations in the document against me seriously, as shown here. Charlie Kirk's last words. Aussie says LMFAO. It was his dying wish. Well, Charlie Kirk specifically told us to make a doc on Minitoon. Some of the members of this group include Aussie Parasocial, Z is Key, and Wolfpack Jack, a Piggy Wiki moderator who edited the Piggy Wiki in many cases to make Moon and I look as bad as possible, showing a clear abuse of power. Okay, contributors, okay. Minitoon, Moonfall X. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay. But what am I looking at? Wait, also, wait, I'm so confused. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at here. If somebody could point this out to me, I'm blind. I'm going to link the document below anyway. I don't know what, this is on page 49. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm assuming, okay, moving on. Wolfpack Jack making it clear that they don't want to affiliate with many, also saying the wiki may be neutral, but the staff themselves aren't, which is a contradiction, rather further evidence by their own statements and edits. The insolence in Inner City Plus main page. Hold on, I gotta fucking. Oh my god, these screenshots are so small. The insolence page is currently lacking in Rita, Metro, and the locations and appearance sections and the info box, and is also missing from the iLocation section as well. Additionally, the appearance section of the info box missing the, I don't know, that says appears in the here. Okay, and then Wolfpack says, for the insolence part, I'll see what I can do about that. I've been busy working on some other things lately, and I haven't had time to add it, so I'll get to that when possible. For the Minitoon thing, it's a placeholder graphic we're using until we can make a new render for it. We tried it out with the bacon render. We don't like it, so we just use this as a joke to make it clear that we don't want to affiliate with many. After the come out? Okay. Piggy no Minitoon. Cool. Below's an edit removing allegedly false from the document. Okay. Responded to. Oh. Oof. Damn. All right. Wolfpack Jack admits below that he has a clear bias to this situation. Yeah, this is the. Okay. I think I just read this. Yes, I did. Wait, we don't like it. Okay, cool. Wolfpack Jack below calls someone a disgusting person and suggests that they don't try to continue this, a strongly worded warning of some kind, after the other user called them out on the wiki for slander and edits. Wolfpack Jack also confirms involvement in the slanderous document's creation. Warning, this guy is behind the false slander Minitoon document posted on Twitter by Burner Document. He is one of the 5 people running the account that made the document. You can check You can check who made the Google Doc by going on your drive, finding the doc, clicking more actions, then file information, details. Okay. And then Wolfpack Jack says, first off, your first mistake was leaving a message here. You understand that people are notified when you leave message on their wall, right? Secondly, the Minitoon page has been locked since like 2020, 2021 at the latest. That's nothing new. Lol, check the earlier history. Thirdly, so what? I'm drawing attention to the fact that Minitoon had not properly addressed the situation. I do not have bad intentions like you may believe. I just want transparency considering many never addressed if it was real and is actively trying to hide it. Fourth, I'm not even the main person behind the document. I just helped with writing it and proofread parts of it. You can also guarantee I'm not telling you who the main artist or the main person behind the document. LMAO. You are overall a disgusting person. I suggest you don't try to continue this. Okay. Well, all right. Wolfpack Jack then says, Alex, the OS or the OSC dude, it's also in several other announcements. And some replies here, but Minitoon basically groomed someone who was 3 years younger than him twice. Okay. Despite these remarks by Wolfpack Jack, another authoritative figure in the Piggy Wiki, Z is Key, makes a statement below saying that the Piggy Wiki does not claim to have an opinion, whilst allowing these edits above a clear contradiction. Excuse me. It says, Z is Key. Would you like to point out this part of the Twitter trending description over the doc? In the situation, the Piggy Wiki does not claim to have an opinion over what's happening whatsoever, and that we have not proven anything to be true or fake/inconsistent, as this is saying. And then underneath it says community sources like the Piggy Wiki label. Much of the material is proven fake and inconsistent, though authors have added updates with video evidence. The claims divide fans, reliving periodically without a detailed response from Minitoon. Wolfpack Jack says below shows a concern of potential leaker in the Killing 90 private server, likely due to their incriminating messages and death threats towards myself as well as other community members, as seen further on. Yeah, I want to keep seeing that. This person, we do appreciate it if we could send a group chat showing the latest DM you had with Dark, as we believe they may be the leaker inside of the server. Wolfpack Jack makes a disturbing comment towards some of the server members and the Killing 90 server. Who the fuck is 90? Hold on. Okay, I looked it up. I don't know who the fuck if it's a character or if it's like the name of an OC. I don't know. Don't support manipulative liars to join in the vat of acid. Forza and Retro's dissolved bodies. Oh my, Is that a death threat? Server member. Okay, I thought they were claiming that was like a death threat. T.S. Flea makes a statement claiming he is not for either side. While being in the Killing 90 server, he has no ill intentions and believes concerns should be made directly with me. However, he made absolutely no effort to reach out to us about it until long after the document was out, and only when we discovered his involvement in the group. Oh, God. Okay, real quick. If Osty's saying this shit, yes, this can be criticized. Like, this is like, okay, like, realistically, if you are trying to take, I say take somebody down. If you are trying to, like, if you're trying to come forward about not being an evil person, or you're trying to say, hey, I think these people don't take accountability and they are not, like, they've done a bunch of wrong and they have fucked me up. This isn't appropriate at all. I do not condone this shit. Like, this is fucking wrong, dude. Jesus Christ. Nightly execution. What the fuck? Okay. 90 execution is, hold on, am I trying to read it? 90 execution. Fuck yes. Kill him. Minitoon. What, who? Okay. That is absolutely okay to be criticized. Osty, you shouldn't have fucking done that. At all. Because that does not make you look good at all. Clearing up things. Let me zoom in. Hello? Can I zoom in? Okay. T.S. Flea, clearing things up. TLDR, I'm not against either party involved in the situation. I did not write, edit, contribute to, or participate in the creation of the Piggy Exposed document. From the beginning, I have believed that concerns should be addressed directly with Minitoon rather than through public conflict. I have no ill intentions toward Minitoon, Piggy, or anyone else involved. I am not interested in attacking anyone. Those who know me know that I generally avoid confrontation, sometimes even when I feel I have been treated unfairly. At the same time, if I believe something needs to be clarified, I will speak for myself. When I do, I make an effort to distinguish my personal opinions from factual claims and to avoid spreading hatred or misinformation. I want to make one thing especially clear. I had no involvement in the creation of the document. It was not my idea. It was not my idea. I did not encourage or pressure anyone to create it, and I did not provide material for it. I did not write, edit, or otherwise contribute to it. What I did do was participate in conversations surrounding the situation and express criticism of my own. I believe I'm allowed to express my opinions and concerns, and my criticisms were never motivated by hatred or an attempt to portray myself as a victim. I also made a conscious effort not to participate in conversations or jokes that I personally felt crossed a line or became unnecessarily hurtful. Discussing a situation or expressing criticism. Wait, I just read that. Did I just read that? I feel like I just read that. Wait, hold on. I didn't. Okay. Discussing a situation or expressing criticism should not be treated as evidence as someone participated in creating a separate document. These are two different things, and I want that distinction to be understood. I cannot provide a record for myself or of myself not contributing to something I never participated in. What I can do is state clearly and consistently that my involvement was and was not. I did not write, edit, or contribute to the document. If I hated Minitoon, Piggy, or its community, I would have had a little reason to continue dedicating so much of my time to APRP after the document began circulating. Even during periods when the game had relatively few players, I continued working on it because I cared about the project and wanted the Piggy community to enjoy it. I have openly discussed wanting to eventually move on from APRP and create something original. That is not because I harbor resentment towards Piggy or its creator. I simply want to continue growing creatively and professionally. I also recognize that I am not perfect. There may be individual messages where I expressed frustration, disagreement, or criticism. I am not going to pretend those conversations never happened simply because they may now be scrutinized. Context matters, and criticizing someone's communication or disagreeing with a decision is not equivalent to participating in the creation of a document about them. I ask that people evaluate what I said and did rather than infer involvement based on association or the fact that I discussed the situation with others. If someone is going to make a serious allegation about another person, I believe it is important to distinguish evidence from assumptions. I will continue to stand by what I believe is truthful and fair while remaining open to correcting myself when I am genuinely wrong. I hope everyone involved can approach this situation with nuance rather than treating every disagreement or criticism as hostility. Okay. Adily27 in a now deleted tweet confirms being in the Killing 90 Discord server. Okay. I was never a major contributor to the document. I never wrote anything in the document. I was in said server to support my friend's story. I never touched or actively contributed to the document regarding anything Minitoon related. I was trying to be supportive of people. 9020 has made many negative comments against us I don't know I don't know. What the fuck is this? Us that online in their private Killing 90 server. Below is a message directly calling for my execution. Jesus fuck, dude. Okay. Minitoon execution. 90 makes another disgusting comment about me in the Killing 90, along with yet another Aussie lie and false allegation. You already mentioned this. Many could outright say, I love young people sexually. I'm a pedophile, and people would still find a way to defend them. 90 makes another false claim that I groomed a 13-year-old below. Adding on to these two tweets, the community babies Minitoon way too much. The guy is 24 and y'all treat him like a baby who needs constant defending. The guy manipulated Asti and ruined their mental state and groomed a 13-year-old at 16. He knew what he was doing and was weird/wrong. And then underneath it, I think it's the quote tweet that he's responding to, or the quote. He's like quoting, responding to this. Y'all need to eventually realize that Mini isn't a perfect angel of a Roblox dev. He's, to be quite frank, an asshole. It drives me nuts with the endless defending and glazing and everything else. The guy mentally destroyed Asti during March, and y'all still defend him. Yeah, I mean, there was no accountability in the Asti part, and I think like as someone who's an adult, you need to be the bigger person in this situation and actually publicly apologize. Like here in the document, I'm sorry if things ever happened. There was not a sorry uttered in that document. Or like in this document against Asti. And yes, Asti did fucked up things. You can absolutely pin them for doing the fucked up things, like being a part of this Discord server and joking about executing you. Yes, that is completely fucked up. That is wrong. That is not right at all. But like, dude, it is just because just because you did something wrong and this other person did something wrong does not mean that you don't get to take accountability for it. Like what you did wrong. So, I don't know, bro. Take some fucking notes. That's just me, though. Oh my god. 90, falsely... Okay, so is this 90? I guess this is 90. 90 falsely claims that we abused Ollie. Ironically, he calls the treatment of Asti and parasocial disgusting, while making reprehensible remarks himself, as shown in the screenshots above. He calls them disgusting? Wait, ruin their mental state. Wait, what? He did? He did? Wait, where? He calls the treatment of... Oh, wait. I thought he was calling them disgusting. I was like, wait, what? Where? While making reprehensible remarks himself, as shown in the screenshots below. Above, my bad. I mean, he's making these awful remarks. Yes. Does that take away from the fact that the things that you did to Asti? Jesus, dude, it's so much deflection. I'm making one last goodbye to the picky community. Everything with Mini has just shown how genuinely insufferable some of you are. Acting like this random online stranger is an absolute saint because he made your favorite Roblox game. Not even to mention some of you people are treating Asti... How some of you people are treating Asti and Para. To be quite frank, it's disgusting. The lengths some of you people will go to in order to defend Mini is insane. Asti gets manipulated and abused by Mini and Moon, question mark. Oh, it's just Asti overreacting. It turns out they were being manipulative. Oh, don't worry, Mini is being manipulated himself by Moon. Mini groomed a 13-year-old Bill being 16. Oh, that was already disproven by some random fucking guy who leaked the shit without even asking the victim first. It gets to a point where I'm convinced Many could do anything and y'all would still defend this guy with your lives. That's not even mentioning how generally unpleasant some of the people are. Wait, some of the people here are. I wish I had the passion to stay, but it's all becoming too much. If you want to find me anywhere, I will be in the Doors community. She wasn't manipulated and abused. It's tiring seeing random people describing the situation they don't even know they are describing. Read the doc, buddy. Clearly, you must be blind. It was just testimony. There was no grooming or abuse. Zero evidence that Mini groomed them. I don't believe it was... Hold on. Manipulated. Wait. Okay, they're talking... I'm assuming they're talking about parasocial here. If you can't accept that Mini hasn't done anything bad and want to ruin... Wait, if you can't accept that Mini hasn't done anything bad... Oh my god. Anything bad, then goodbye and never come back to this fandom ever again. Unfortunate for the Doors community. Here's another post by Nighty and an Ultimate Piggy community group chat on Twitter directly calling Moon and I abusers. Okay. Hashtag abuser goals. Okay. Jesus, bro. Paradise, another user in the Killing Nightly server, directly making a defamatory claim, calling me a groomer. In a perfect world where the groomer gets more money. Okay. Zane, a former Piggy contributor, reposting a slanderous claim below. Okay, and this is, I guess, a former contributor. I want to point out, since I haven't seen anyone doing it, I think Asti was also groomed by Minitoon and Mooney. What Asti wrote in Moon's old thread confirmed it. They formed an unhealthy bond with her and get rid of her once it wasn't convenient to keep her around anymore. Below is an example of members of the Killing 90 server avoiding accountability and being advised by other members to claim they weren't involved despite being in the server, ironically typing in the Minitoon and shit chat, attempting to cover up their involvement. The fuck did I do? Okay. I'm not involved with the doc's creation. I knew of its creator. Do I say this? Yeah, say that. Hey, can I join VC? Okay. The Killing 90 server included many other members as shown in the video, and there were multiple servers. The video linked above shows members of the server. Okay, hold on. Timeout. So you gotta pick and choose your battles here, Minitoon. Because, yeah, here are all the server members that were present in this Discord server. But I'm going to show examples of some people being bad and other people not being bad. Now, albeit, they were saying awful things in the server. Some of the people were. And being affiliated in the server is definitely, I mean, being affiliated in the server is something. But, like, Jesus, bro. I mean, is everyone in the server slandering you? Is everyone in the server making fun of you and ganging up on you? Are they being complacent? Absolutely. So you want to out every single one of them? That seemed, I don't know. That seemed shows members of the server. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just be like, okay. They were in the server. Yes, that was wrong. Should they be broadcasted? I don't know. That I don't. I think the people involved that you had mentioned that were doing awful shit, that is fine. But going out of your way to show the the members of the of the server, all of them, because I can assure, some people are going to get dragged down just by being in the server if they were just maybe looking at the document, which I think at the time, they're okay, there's a big difference. And this document, were there claims that were not explicitly, were there claims in this document that were not fact-checked? Yes, absolutely, they should have been fact-checked. I'm not saying that. Oh, whoa, hold on, wait. I am saying that. I'm sorry. I've been reading a lot. I'm saying that, yes, they should have been fact-checked. Why does that just rub me the wrong way? I don't know why it does. Because I think people should be held accountable for it, but I don't think... I don't know, man. All right, let's move on. This was the link to their server for record keeping and this Discord server, in order to prevent leaking and hide their conversations, which constitutes spoliation of evidence. In addition, we've been targeted by many other users who have made insane comments about us and anyone who's ever supported us through this. Here are just a few examples. This one speaks for itself. An unashamed, extremely disgusting and disturbing message. This user has also made their own defamatory document against me on their other account, echoing a lot of the lies spread by the other members here. I'm literally so evil. Oh my god. I want to draw it. Stop me. Bully me to stop. Minitoon X hospital bracelet? What? Oh. Okay. Moving on. An instance of the user above pulling the minor card. I want to reiterate something. I'm a minor. If Minitoon had said this to anyone else, I could have easily been harassed by his fans. I'm very lucky that he only said this to Asti, because at the time I was going through a lot. Imagine what would have happened if it was someone else. Okay. This user comparing members of the community who had doubts about the defamatory document to members of the Nazi Party. Over 2 weeks since the situation resurfaced and no response from Minitoon, silencing people who speak about the situation. And the community becoming the reincarnation of the Nazi Party towards anyone who believes the allegations. This fandom genuinely deserves to burn. A comment from the same user above when the defamatory document released. 42 pagers. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. I'm sorry. Can someone try to summarize it for me? Okay. All right. Wolfpack Jack. Below responding to a message above with the false claims. Stole my summary from the VC server because, yes, looking over it, it's not looking good for Minitoon. Okay, so for a basic summary, Minitoon grooming stuff is talked about in here, and it also addresses things like this apparently not being the first time he dated someone that younger than him, allegedly. This isn't the first attempt to expose him. There was apparently one from January 2026 that went unnoticed. It also addresses how Minitoon isn't a pedo, but also didn't address the allegations. Osti actually tells her full side of the story, and Minnie/Moon were pretty manipulative. Billy is also talked about in here, and we do have new screenshots of WWS outright lying about his firing. I might have some things wrong, but yeah. You do fail to mention that the Minitoon groomer stuff is really poorly evidenced by exclusively Discord screenshots, which can be faked. Okay. Okay. Below, users mention how no evidence was provided that I wasn't a groomer, yet failing to produce real evidence of their own claims. I was genuinely done arguing with many defenders, bro. What the fuck is this? Do I have an explanation? Wait. Schlep. He's not a groomer, and it's so disgusting to see people continue to make videos labeling him as such. This stuff needs to be shamed more. You see, Minnie cannot be a groomer because this other guy he associates said so. Did they provide any evidence that he is not a groomer? No, they please blindly take their word for it. There's got to be a better word used here. Because I think that the definition of grooming is specifically involving sexual. There's got to be a better word. Maybe just manipulative. Like I don't know. Like you're an adult. It's impressionable. I feel like there's like a runoff term for grooming. Like there's an umbrella term that isn't sexual. Hold on. Like, I don't know. I go in this, it's not our community, child exploitation. You go here, you look up what is grooming. Grooming is the process of getting someone ready to do whatever is asked of them by their abuser. It means working to build an emotional connection, complete trust and reliance, often isolating the victim completely from their support network, friends, family, etc. Once a person has been groomed, that can lead them to a number of situations they may not otherwise enter, such as sexual exploitation, criminal exploitation, extremism, or financial exploitation. Like I don't think grooming is specifically dedicated towards sexual exploitation. I know the Merriam-Webster dictionary may say it does, but I don't think that's the like. Okay. Osti retweets the tweet that contains multiple defamatory statements in reference to me. Twitter has moral superiority. Dog, he grooms someone. Not even gonna once again mention that shit with Osti. Y'all cannot be for real. Also, not to mention by the law of where he lived, that what he did was illegal too. The same user that tweeted the tweet also above insults Beastlick. Exactly. Doesn't he also have songs to make in a family? Go do that shit instead of running quarterback for the big groom tune. Jesus Christ. Crazy fucking, okay. Below is a misogynist comment directed at Moon. As an aside, Moon has been doing an amazing job as CTO so far. I don't want to be misogynistic, but isn't that a random woman? Like, she had an experience or something. Like, girl, who are you? We know nothing about you except that you're dating someone whose name can't be mentioned. Voldemort, of course. Okay. Yeah, that's a little misogynistic. Okay. Well, I mean, hold on. I don't want to be I don't want to be misogynistic, says the misogynistic thing. Okay. Okay, bro. These are just a few among Countless other rude, harassing, threatening, and abusive messages we've seen and received. These users, among others, have come up with many excuses to shift the blame and avoid accountability. Once confronted directly about their lies, instead of directly responding, they instead use various excuses and tactics, such as playing the minor card to avoid accountability. One such example of Asti being in a photo above, and another example being people sending us death threats, but excused because they are, quote, minors. Quote, I have less of a following, is a hypothetical statement as they too have attacked people with lesser following. Like, what, dude? Like, that was such a shitty, like, okay, yeah, I got a lesser following if I saw like a string of more people underneath going in and being like, oh yeah, well, Osti's right about this one, guys. Like, oh, you're a bitch for saying this. Like, I would have been like, oh yeah, okay, I agree with your example, but your example is dog shit because you can literally check the only like someone's even agreeing with the comment, attacking. This has 2 more likes on it. They're really attacking, guys. Come the fuck on. Quote, exposing mental health, / quote, exposing damaging mental health. If they truly cared about the issue of mental health, they would not be spreading lies online about this and what? Exposing mental health, damaging mental health. If they truly cared about the issue of mental health, they would not be spreading lies online about us and misrepresenting the situation of an actual victim of grooming. Yes and no. Because yes, misrepresenting I agree with this. Misrepresenting the set, yeah, that is a perfectly criticizable. You should completely represent your segment in that document, along with this segment. Does and to a certain extent, like people will use that to discredit you. They will not be spreading lies about it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, fuck the and right here. What is this? Like, throwing away the and, because yes, I agree with this. Exposing mental health, damaging mental health. If they truly cared about the issue of mental health, they would not be spreading lies about us, online about us. Well, okay. These do not excuse their heinous behavior. Yes. Instead, they are manipulative tactics to redirect the conversation from the actual truth and justify their reasoning for sending death threats. I don't know if the play the minor card was to justify their reasoning because they are an adult now. They can be held responsible for that, as you said. Now, for the other people, yes, like the other people who were saying this shit, it doesn't justify anything. Like, respectfully. Doesn't justify shit. Oh, you're a dumb kid? Don't say that, okay? But playing the minor card, that all of y'all's shit happened when they were a minor. And you guys were, what? They were 25 when they were 17. That's an 8-year age gap? Almost a decade on dude? Decade on guy? Okay. As well as making reprehensible comments not just towards us and our friends, but many other communities members also. Look at the nuance, guys. Like, please look at the nuance. Section 6, final words. All right, we're at the end here. 2 hours in. 4 months. The situation has been tormenting the mental and physical health of not just myself, but my girlfriend, my family, my friends, my coworkers, and I'm sure many of you know as well. Wait. And I'm sure many of you as well. Era herself has remained private out of fear that the smear campaign and harassment could target her. That's what hurts the most about this whole situation. When I see the people I care about feeling hurt, it kills me inside. Waking up in the morning and seeing Moon read some of the things sent to her nearly gave me a panic attack every time it happened. No one deserved to feel any of this pain. We have had many tearful, sleepless nights over this, from the constant barrage of attacks and horrible things said about us. I have been stabbed in the back by people I thought I could trust, and that I thought were really my friends. To say it has been a turbulent time for us would be a severe understatement. The worst of it all is that situations like this only serve to take attention away from real victims out there, trying to be heard or needing the help. A direct example of this is evident here with error. There are real monsters out there who have no doubt benefiting from situations like this. They distract us and pull our attention away from where it matters most, helping I'm talking like absolute ass, helping real victims, whether past, present, or at risk. If even for a fraction of the effort put into making slanderous documents was put into helping those who need their voices heard, a great difference could be made exposing real predators. If you or anyone you know is a victim of grooming, please reach out to a trusted adult. Okay. There are also many resources out there that may also provide some help in your situation. Okay. The Cyber Civil Rights Initiative offers a very helpful step-by-step guide to get help for image or video-based sexual abuse. The UN's website contains many resources to help educate people on the topic of online child abuse. The UNICEF's six ways to end online child exploitation. Okay. If you are or have never been affected if you are or have ever been affected, please do not let the situation discourage you from speaking out. No matter how many people might try to take you down, the truth will always prevail. What you have been through deserves to be known. Despite everything that has been said about us by many and the ill intentions of some people involved, I cannot bring myself to hate nor hold any grudges against anyone who partake in any of this. Okay. Um, I would. Okay. Life is far too short to dwell in our minds and an ever encompassing. Jesus, dude, I got. Hold on. Hold on. I think I need water. Life is far too short to dwell in our minds and an ever encompassing sense of frustration. Even with everything that people have said about me, I just can't help but feel sorry for those who have made spreading misery their main mission. While it is true that there are people I will never be able to trust again, I should thank them as they have made me a stronger person. With each passing day, the negative comments hurt less and less, and I found myself growing numb to the echoed calls for resignation and death threats. I became more and more certain of who I am, and who I am is not who they paint me out to be. For years, my goal was to spread kindness and to inspire those to nurture their creative side through my works. It was to power their passion and enlighten their imaginations. That hasn't and won't ever change. The best and happiest moments of my life always involved making someone else smile. So don't let anyone else tell you who you are. Be the best version of yourself that you can be and do what you can to help others. Every life is indispensable, including yours. So I ask that you join me in working to make the internet a more positive place. My greatest wish is for no one to attack anyone involved. And I meant that. No matter what was said online, if we reciprocate and continue throwing insults back and forth, then we are in no position to judge others. Your energy is better spent towards bettering yourself and helping rather than hurting others. Check in from time to time with your friends and your family. Throw a compliment to a stranger every now and then. What goes around comes around. So if it is positivity in your life that you seek, it is positivity in your life that you will spread to others. In a day and age where the fires of negativity seem to shine brighter than the soft light of positivity, it can be difficult to escape its burning and alluring touch. Still, at the end of the day, we are human. We make mistakes and we make them to learn from them and better ourselves. I will not condemn any negativity sent anyone's way. Yet I will absolutely encourage What? Oh, hey, thanks, OneDrive. I will not condone I will not condone any negativity sent anyone's way. Sorry, I thought I read that wrong. Yet I will absolutely encourage kindness and understanding. I wish everyone, including those mentioned here, the best and hope that they find success in their lives, whatever that success may look like. And this is the notary official thing, and that's the end of the document. Okay, I think the strongest part of this document is the first is like I believe it is the section about error. that is the strongest part of this document. I think the weakest part of this document is the Asti shit. I think I think there can be wrongs and there can be rights in a situation. Somebody can do something wrong, but they can also do something right. And I think with Asti here, especially with Asti, after reading this entire document, because I know I was yapping a lot about it, it seems as though with Asti, there was more of an incentive to try and misrepresent the claims they were making inside of the document. And because of their affiliation with the document and the Discord server, their excuse and everything that they have said is thrown out the window. It is discrediting 101. And I will catch this and I will call this out because, yes, I do think it is criticizable for somebody to, what's it called? I do think it's discreditable for someone to be egging on death threats. That is absolutely, you're an adult. You don't need to be saying that shit. But to use it as a way to say, oh, well, they're doing this, like, they're like, I don't know, man. I feel like some of the examples used were shit. The using your platform to attack others, like you're commenting under something. And I mean, I would agree with you if I saw other people from their platform commenting under it as well, but it's a mixed pool. You misrepresent what they said in their testimony. They were not saying that they didn't get paid. They said sometimes they didn't want to accept payment. Like, well, that wasn't mentioned. Pulling the minor card. You guys are grown fucking adults. Does that sound malicious? Yes. But it's not, it is a true statement. You were a minor. She was a minor. You guys were adults. You guys were the older people here. Like, I don't know. This, I will say now, Minitoon is no saint. I do not like that there was no apology taken at all. There was no, it didn't seem like this last part about trying to be the bigger person, right? You have so much nice things to say at the end of the document, but you won't apologize. There was not an apology here. I'm sorry for how I treated you. That was not muttered out of your mouth or in this document or Moon's, like what the fuck? That is what I personally have an issue with. Now, somebody's going to come around and say, "Oh, well, Zombie, they shouldn't apologize to Asti. They were making mean comments. They were singing, they were in that Discord server making polls about the executions." Like, I don't even know. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm different on that front. So, yeah, that's been the document reading. If you guys enjoyed it, like the video, make sure to spread the word. Okay, yeah, and that'll do it all for today's document reading. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.